build a bridge and get over it. Well, that's at least what my therapist told me to do after my dog died, which looking back, wasn't the best advice. So instead, I decided to count and rank every bridge in Grand Theft Auto 5, which is close enough, right? The average player likely assumes that there's only 50 bridges in the entire game because of the Under the Bridge achievement, which requires the player to fly under all 50 bridges. However, that list is significantly incomplete because there's way more than you'd think. For this video, I counted every bridge and overpass, excluding raised freeways or extremely long section of raised roads, exit or merge ramps, and natural bridges. If there is a bridge that I left out, please let me know in the comments below where it is and why you think I should have included it. If your reasoning is good enough, I will rank it in the comments. So across 204 bridges in the entire game, here's my official bridge ranking video to celebrate 30,000 subscribers. The worst bridges can mostly be discarded as pointless, insignificant, redundant, boring, repetitive, basic, decrepit, unused, or a good combination of all of the above. Case in point, the unused, repetitive, and insignificant bridges around the canals. And there's quite a few of them. Now, since we have so much ground to cover, I think it's probably best if we keep a similar pace going. In 187th, I kind of wondered if I should even count this. In Grapeseed, we basically have a glorified culvert. This is only better because it's a prettier location. There's nothing special to see here. I guess not every canal bridge is useless. Some are actually used for traffic and therefore they scored a little higher. This one might be a surprise, but it's lined up with the road, so we've all driven a car over it. Wait, how many of these are there? Hey, it's not the size that matters, right? But what vehicles are fitting under there? Just like any of Mr. Boss for the Wins videos, this is completely unnecessary. It seems sturdy at least. Bonus points for that view, but you're still not doing very good. Be honest, you haven't used this one recently, right? Okay, now what about this one? Yeah, that's what I thought. And the award for most likely to house a troll goes to... why? This might be the best bridge in Grapeseed. I'm sure this seemed useful on paper. This bridge is about as unique as white paint. Is that mold or moss? At least there's some dried up waterfalls that I ranked last week here. This design is just so boring to me. Finally, a uniquely designed bridge. Too bad it's never used or cared for. Okay, look, a nice sturdy footbridge, but you don't even know what this is, do you? A good pressure wash could be beneficial to say the least. The newest bridge in the entire game and the only one to be added since the game's release. One problem? It's shit. Who even uses the tram? This is 158th place. That's right, we're only 22% of the way through. Let me change my camera angle near Zancudo, Rockstar! Is that really too hard to ask? Two Hoots Bridge. That's not actually what it's called, I just decided that's what I'm calling it. Why do you even watch these videos? Why do I even make them? Is this really what you want to spend your time watching? How can this be entertaining? Better question, how did this get 150th? Another one? Just a little arc, just like my posture. Now this is a nicer pedestrian walkway. Now bridges 146 through 139 are all about the same. So I'll take this time to quickly thank all of you for getting us to 30,000, which was the goal we needed to make this video. Now we just have to reach 50,000 so I can rank every road, and the wild and extremely regrettable goal of ranking every tree at 100,000 subscribers. We have around 2 months to reach that, and if we don't, I'm scrapping the idea. Forever. There's 34,000 trees, I ain't doing it. In 139th, we have a unique pool bridge, which is one of only two, so it's quite unique. This might be one of the most abandoned bridges in the entire game. Is this considered a double bridge, or... I don't know. Again, a culvert would have sufficed. Now this is a photogenic bridge. I like these creeks we keep crossing, a little bit more lively. Choo-choo. It sucks. Now that tree needs trimming, but aside from that, it's pretty nice. Now let's be honest, we're just in the section of bridges that exist. Now this bridge sucks, but look at the scenery. Wow. Now this is an overpass, but it is damaged. Now, as useful as that damage is to us as players, this really needs fixing. Look at this split bridge, it's like a Y. Rockstar! The train bridges all kind of suck, they're the same. Honestly, I should have just ranked all of these in my 15 minutes of train facts video 6 months ago. This one isn't bad, and this one is cute. Oh wait, I take that back. This is the cutest by far. That one board is driving me crazy. As far as walkways go, this just needs a cleaning, but it's pretty good. The view from this one is amazing, but it is in a private pool, so it's hard to access. Do you want some bridge with your plants? Industrial houses be like. Industrial overpasses be like. Industrial train bridges be like. Oh wait, no, this just looks like the word construction. Wait, I have an idea. Let's do some word association. Fork. Cruise. Blue bar. One-sided. Stubby. Metal rock. Gated hipsters. Ungated boomers. Bridge dogger. Museum. Inaccessible. Hey, I've been there. Industrial bridge. Hi ho, Kermit the Bridge here. That's a horrible impression. Anyway, word association sucks. So as we move into the top 100, we'll start to see some slightly more interesting bridges. So we might slow down for some of them coming up. This, however, isn't one of them. This paint color must have been sampled from Trump's latest spray tan. Ugh. I hate overpasses, but this ain't bad. Isn't this the same one? Ugh, trains. If I had a nickel for every train bridge, I'd have $2.15. Somebody's gotta fix those boards, man. This is actually the first and worst bridge that's included in the Under the Bridge challenge. The two pedestrian bridges in Del Perro scored nearly the same, placing 91st and 90th, with the closest to the pier getting slightly better. It's okay if it bends a little. It doesn't have to be hard and straight. Two more overpasses tied for 86th. There's no difference here. I've decided I'm ignoring train bridges. This is such a nice little area. The Paleto bridges are so underrated. See, like this bridge sucks ass, but it's in a beautiful forest. Point in case, it doesn't matter how ugly you are, you just need to find an area where you're appreciated. But this did not deserve this much appreciation. Are we backtracking now? What the fuck? Surprisingly, I almost crossed over this one. Get it? Wait, what is that stuff on the side? One of few tram bridges. Hey look, North Yankton has a bridge. I like the look of these support beams on the canal bridges. This is extremely well kept. Let's be honest, without this bridge, Raton Canyon would be impossible to navigate. Now there's a bridge very similar to this in my hometown. I've never seen a bridge like this in my entire life. How many pedestrian bridges are there in this game? Bridge fact video coming out soon. Believe it or not, this bridge is used more than Rockstar's suggestion box, which isn't hard to do. Since I'm running out of time, let's just cover a few bridges' weakest points. Its design sucks. How is this better? This has no length to it. The upkeep could have been better. Again, design is the weakest point. This is about as long as my patience has gotten for this video, and apparently it's only getting shorter. Isn't there a glitch at this bridge regarding NPCs? Okay, I really wasn't sure if I could include this as a bridge, but hey, it's here. Why? What are you doing here? Hey, look, the Forbidden Bridge we can't ever cross. Home to the frozen alien. In 50th, we have this cute little concrete and steel design, which is like none other thus far. Although it's been over a decade of this bridge being repaired, at least it's getting repaired. Now, it may be older than Biden himself, but at least the bridge is still functioning properly. Google basic bridge. This is what you'll find. This is about how much support my therapist offered when she told me to build a bridge earlier. It may be boring, but it's fairly busy for the area. Is that a queso advertisement? Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's not. Now that is a solid bridge. Now bear with me here. Once a bridge, always a bridge. Let's say it again. Once a bridge, always a bridge. This bridge gets used about as much as my underpaid editor. Speaking of my editor, y'all should check him out. If he hits 1,000 subs by the end of the year, he said he'd post a roast video about me. And I made the promise I'd pay him a $1,000 bonus. So actually don't check him out. He's fine. He'll be okay. This bridge aged like fine wine. Well, this one aged like milk. Now this is brilliant, but I like this. Here you can see about as much metal as what's contained in a single serving of Lunchley. I don't exactly know what parts of this are considered a bridge, so just take it with a grain of salt. Now we have a lot of repeats that we've seen earlier that just have better views or more traffic, so let's just montage it up. Now this might be one of the best truss bridges in the entire game, but you rarely have any reason to drive across it. The definition of class, it's just so iconic. Just down the road, I still love the canal support beam design. This might be basic, but I know that we've all driven over it far too much. The canal design is at its absolute peak here. It may not be traveled as much, but the architect here definitely wasn't paid enough. Believe it or not, there are only 12 officially named bridges in GTA 5, and the El Rancho Boulevard Bridge is just one of them. In 18th, we have a simple but heavily used rigid frame arch bridge. This may be one of the longest and most traveled highway overpasses outside of the city. I absolutely hate the fact that the only covered vehicle bridge in the entire game doesn't have a name. I like this double truss beam support overpass bridge combo. It's really just a long elevated train track, so it is what it is. Rockstar, I swear to God, just let me change my camera angle anywhere near the Fort Zancudo approach bridge, okay? How hard is that? It's astonishing that there's only 2 suspension bridges in GTA 5, and they both got in the top 13. The longest train bridge in the entire game was good enough for 12th. The Calafia Truss Bridge just missed out on the top 10, but will always be a necessity. In 10th is the Vespucci Boulevard Bridge, which is actually based on a few bridges in LA, but primarily based on the 4th Street Aqueduct Bridge. The same can be said for the San Andreas Avenue Bridge, which is based on the 6th Street Viaduct. In 8th is the highest scored unnamed bridge located in the Chiliad Mountain Wilderness. This bridge is rarely used, but it has a great design and an even greater view. The Zancudo Bridge mostly scored this high due to its high traffic and extreme length. Though they aren't functional, the Elysian Island Rail Bridge and the Signal Street Bridge are the only 2 lift bridges, and it would have been really cool to see these bridges actually function and raise during certain times of the day. It would have made the game feel a little bit more alive. The only train bridge I'm willing to give the title of Best Train Bridge is the Raton Canyon Bridge. This is the 2nd longest and tallest train bridge in the entire game, and how can this view and architecture not score in the top 5? Earning 3rd, just down the Raton Canyon, is the Cassidy Creek Bridge, which is based on the iconic Bixby Creek Bridge. This bridge is both an iconic landmark in GTA 5 and in California. Second place goes to the Elysian Fields Bridge. As the only cantilever bridge, it's already scored high for uniqueness, but given the fact that it's also so busy and so important, it was clearly a podium contender. And with little surprise, the #1 bridge in the entire game is the iconic Miriam Turner Overpass, based on the Vincent Thomas Bridge, which I actually drove over last summer while I was at VidCon. So, do you guys think that I could make that stunt jump through the top of that? I need a ramp, but I can just spawn one of those in, right?
In a quarter mile, use the left lane to take exit 1A for Gaffey Street towards San Pedro.
Okay.